Good morning, everyone. Welcome to A Brilliant Businesses podcast. My name is Nick Bryant, and I'm very pleased this morning to be with both Bianca Wassell and Tracy Felsted. But first of all, we're talking to Bianca. Morning, Bianca.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very well.
Good.
They're both from a company called The Travel Concept, which is a boutique travel company dedicated in enhancing your travel experience, making your holidays hassle-free and truly measurable. They have the perfect blend of personalised service and access to top-notch resources that makes booking your travel with them a truly exceptional choice.
Very nicely put, Nick.
It's good, isn't it? Let's start off the interview, Bianca, by how you built the business and how you've got to this point and where you are now.
I started my travel career at 18,
Okay.
working for a multiple agency, Polly back in those days.
Polly, yeah.
Polly Trolley Dolly.
Yeah.
I worked my way up to management. And then in 2001, I think it was, I decided to leave and go to work for another independent in Tunbridge Wells,
Okay.
which was a ski specialist and package holiday specialist, because I'm a big skier.
Okay.
That's my passion.
Okay.
So I worked for them for a couple of years, and then I decided to get out of travel, and I went to work for Brook Street Recruitment Agency.
Yes.
But I hated it.
Did you?
It just wasn't my bag. I love selling, but I just found selling people a lot harder than selling holidays.
Yes.
Selling holidays is much easier, much more my passion.
Yeah.
So I then applied for BA.
Okay.
And there was a travel job in Tunbridge Wells, which is where I met Tracy. And we were there, I think it's about 18 months, and then they decided to close all the shops.
Right.
And at that point, Tracy and I were chatting in our cash room, I think it was.
Yeah.
And decided to start the travel concept.
Yeah, right.
And here we are 18 years later.
Wow. That's been quite a journey,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So it's weird because I feel like, God, I've worked for myself so long now that I would probably forget what it's like to not do it.
You're probably unemployable now.
Yeah, basically. Which was worrying in the pandemic because I kept thinking, oh my God, will I ever get a job?
Yeah. No, that's an interesting point because 18 years, there's been a lot of changes and to keep a business going for 18 years is it takes hat off to you. What do you put that down to with some of the attributes behind the company's success?
Well, I think, like I said previously, honesty, we're dedicated, hardworking, and clients see that. Clients trust us. We work really hard with our suppliers to build great relationships, and with that, we create these unique experiences, and clients live and dream them basically.
Yeah,
and I feel like our passion continues to shine.
I think a big part is communication, isn't it, with your clients.
Yeah,
it must be really important for you to keep them in every part of the journey of what's happening, when they're booked, when they're going, what they're doing, their itinerary, that sort of stuff, is it?
Yeah, basically. So from when a client comes to us, you build a relationship, you get to know them. Quite often you can design a holiday for a client that they didn't even think they wanted, but you've put it to them because you've kind of really got to know them.
Yeah. Then
you build on that brief every time they go. You get to know what they did like on that holiday, what they didn't like on that holiday.
Yeah.
Different. I've got certain clients that'll only fly Emirates business class because he always wants the bar.
Yes.
So I know now I can't ever sell him a route that doesn't have Emirates business class because he won't go.
Yeah.
So it's like really getting to know
your clients.
Know your clients.
Yeah.
Keeping in touch with them. We have regular marketing through WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Keeping in touch the whole journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the providers that you use, if they're called providers, I mean, that must be an important thing that you've got access to, as I said earlier, to all those people that can give a good service.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's very important for us. We very, very much handpick our partnerships, and we've built those in those last 18 years. And before that, we worked with a lot of suppliers before in our BA days, and we've just grown on that. In 2006, I think it was, we joined ATO, which is the Association of Independent Tour Operators. And within that, you've just got lots of niche, small, independent businesses who basically are very like-minded.
Yeah.
There's price parity, which is very important for partnerships. And they have the same ethos we do. It's all about exceptional service, quality experiences, and basically everything that we want to do. So it just works and aligns really well with our brand.
Yeah. And do you and Tracy both work on the same project, or do you have different clients, or how do you work together?
Yeah, so we have different clients, just because obviously going back to that people by people.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've definitely got some that work with me, and Tracy's definitely got some that work with her. But when one of us is away, most of them will deal with the other one. It's not a problem.
Okay.
But there are a few, I suppose, that, you know, you always have the odd quirky client that's just easier to handle yourself.
Yes, yeah.
But we are lucky that because we started from BA, we had a handful of clients that knew both of us, and we've just grown from that, really. So they've got to know both of us from the beginning.
Yeah.
We've only ever had one email and one phone number.
Oh, right.
Which is a bit random,
Yeah.
but it means that you're not trying to check everybody's email when the other one's away. So it just keeps that consistency for clients.
Yeah, yeah.
And that communication.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and I guess, and you've got an overlap, haven't you? If you don't see it, Tracy sees
yes,
it likewise, and you
exactly.
can jump on something.
And we pick up things that someone's missed, or,
Yeah.
you know, when you're a small business, there's just two of you, but the level of service that we give our clients is so huge, from the booking right the way through to their travelling, right the way through to when they come back.
Sure.
You know, checking people in online, all those extra bits we do. That it can be 10 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. So we're constantly partnering up to, right, who's going to do that, who's going to do that.
Yeah.
And it's hard work but fun.
That's good. How did you get through COVID? Because the travel industry was the one that suffered the most, wasn't it?
Yeah, we unfortunately we were the worst to get hit, and the one that took the longest to come back.
Yeah.
So straight away, I think when it happened in May we furloughed Tracy once furlough became a thing, and she got a full-time job, which was basically what kept the business going, really. I just ran it very part-time-ish.
Okay.
But for the first 6 months, it was all about cancelling bookings, rebooking clients, protecting people's money.
Yeah.
And I think that was pivotal in the growth of the travel concept after,
Right.
because of the way we handled the pandemic as a business and as individuals in a business is definitely instrumental in how we've grown since COVID.
Yeah. So once it's over, those people still know you're still there for them, and you just continue the journey afterwards, which is what a lot of people do.
Exactly. And through crises like that, people have tough times, people lost people. We became even more close to our clients by, most of them we called even though they weren't going anywhere, but just to keep that line of communication and keep that going, so that when the world did open, that we were the first people they thought of.
Nice. Yeah.
To spend their money and get out of the UK. So it was a tough couple of years, and running the business single-handedly wasn't fun at times, but you know, we're here, so
yes, still here, still fighting. How do you market the business? Do you do much social media, or how do you?
Yeah, so we've got a good social media presence. Tracy's probably stronger in that point than I am.
Okay.
She's better at doing that side of things than I am.
Okay.
But yeah, so we have our social media channels, and we also do sort of 2 or 3 emails a month to clients on our database.
Right.
But what we've started this year, which has been, well, actually, we did some of it through the pandemic. So we had this thing called Armchair Travels, which was basically bringing in a newsletter to a client whilst they were not able to travel anywhere.
Okay.
And it really kind of inspired people to keep thinking about going away.
Yeah.
So we continued that, or we have continued that, but we've actually brought it more virtually now. So we do most months a Zoom for clients, for a group of clients, anything from 6 to 20 people on a particular destination. So we've done Japan, Australia, we've got a few others in the pipeline, Asia, cruising, different things. But they're brilliant because we bring a destination specialist on, they talk about their destination, they can answer all the questions for clients. It just brings the destination to life.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really successful. And I'd say our conversion rate has grown because
through that.
So
it's like a webinar.
It's like a webinar.
Yeah.
Because when you're an agent, you kind of know a little of everywhere. But you know, I would class myself as a ski specialist because I've skied for so long.
Yeah.
But you're not a destination specialist of everywhere in the world, because you can't be.
No.
If you've been somewhere, that's great, and you can bring that itinerary to life. But those specialists know it inside out, and it's really important to people. It's a lot of money as well, holidays. So they want to know they're getting it right.
Yeah, I think if someone asks you a question about that resort or that area and you don't know it, that's going to put a seed of doubt in their mind, isn't it? Whereas that specialist will know it.
Yeah. And then from that, we've now gone on to, which has been another big growth of ours, we've now gone on to doing client consultations, so just one-on-one.
Right.
And we've recently done an Africa one the client was looking at the itinerary, but just bringing him on board with the specialist has completely sort of cemented that itinerary.
Nice.
To the point where he now knows, oh, so I'm going to do that and that's going to happen. And, you know, they're basically just bringing that itinerary to life so much that it just makes it so much easier to sell.
Yeah, no, it sounds
so
like,
that's been really successful, and I think we will definitely continue that. And that particular client actually said to Tracy that you know, it really sets you apart from your competitors doing things like that.
Oh, right. That feedback is valuable, isn't it? Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Now, you've been nominated for an award.
We have.
The Luxury Agency of the Year award by Aspire magazine.
Yeah.
What do you think has sort of got them to put you in the pot for that, if you like? What?
Well, I think it probably just goes back to everything we've been discussing, really. I think we're, you know, for 18 years, we've built this really successful business. We've had fantastic growth. And I think the hard work that we had through COVID, as many businesses in the industry know, was so painful at times. To still be here, to have survived and thrived massively, I think just is an accolade that, you know, we deserve. So here we are. And
well, fingers crossed. I wish you luck for that.
I hope we win.
Yeah, I do too. We're going to get Tracy in shortly, but just a couple of other things I want to talk to you, Bianca, which is things like the loyalty of your clients. I mean, have you got a number of clients that always keep coming back, or have you, it's like you're looking for new clients as well, of course?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're very lucky that we have a very big repeat business.
Yeah.
I'd say, well, about 95% of our business is word of mouth, recommendation and loyalty.
Okay.
We mostly grow our business by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a shop front,
Yes.
we obviously don't have that walk-in. So everybody that comes to us has either found us or been recommended, basically.
Yeah.
And I think, it's just growing on that,
Growing on what you've already got.
Growing on what we've already got.
And when those people get good service, they're going to talk to their friends as well.
Exactly.
To go to
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, this in the last month alone, we had a fantastic regular client of ours that I actually met through a networking group years ago. He became a client, and they've just been out to Latin America. They've done various other trips over the years, but they did a particular trip this year in Peru and Argentina that they love so much. They were at a dinner party, told a couple of other friends, and now we've had 2 new inquiries from brand new clients. So they're selling our dream for us.
Yes.
Well, they're selling their dream
and
growing our client base for us, really. So I think probably that's the most important thing, that we keep our clients happy, keep those itineraries exciting.
Yeah.
And then that recommendation just flows naturally.
Yeah, and the more business comes in, which is what at the end of the day is what you want, isn't it? That's what you're here for.
We're two people running a business. We've brought in an admin lady now who's been fantastic, because she's kind of taken away all of that side of the business that kind of sometimes weighs you down, because you want to focus on the client consultations and the other things, getting out there, building on the itineraries. But you know, the admin side needs to be dealt with. It's just as important. So having Julie's been brilliant, because it's freeing up our time to be able to grow on the clients, basically.
Fantastic. Should we get Tracy in?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. So, Tracy, thank you for joining us as well. Tracy Felsted from the Travel Concept. We just obviously heard Bianca's story, which was really interesting. But I'd like to hear your side of it, about your journey as to how you got to where you are now and how the business has got to where it is. So take it away.
Okay, so I started in travel when I was 19. I joined Dan Air as cabin crew. If you
I
can
remember them, yes.
Yeah, it was quite a long time ago. But and then BA, British Airways, bought them for £1. So I ended up being cabin crew for British Airways for 12 years, doing a bit of long haul and a bit of short haul as well.
Okay.
And then when I was pregnant with my first child, I went to the BA travel shop in Tunbridge Wells, because you can't fly when you're pregnant.
No.
So they normally ground you somewhere. And I'd already chosen that's where I wanted to go, because I wanted to have a bit of an exit plan. And I really loved it there. The girls were fabulous, and they taught me everything.
Excellent. Yeah.
And normally the pregnant ladies stack shelves and make the tea, but that wasn't going to be for me.
No.
So and I had a lot to give as well, because I've travelled quite a lot myself. So they taught me everything I needed to know, and then the area manager offered me a job and said, when you come back from mat leave, we'd love to have you.
Nice.
So I was there 5 years, and Bianca came and joined us, and Then they decided to close the operation down in 2006.
Yeah.
And we both were talking, saying, like, who do we want to work for? And we were both like, nobody. And a couple of our clients said, why don't you do your own thing?
Yeah.
You know, you'd be really good. And then we kind of were sort of like little...
It must have been really exciting.
Chats, in the back office. It was. And then we started writing a business plan, and then we opened in October 2006 above my garage in my house.
Wow.
And yeah.
And 18 years later.
And 18 years later, here we are.
Yeah. You're obviously doing something right for 18 years, and you obviously work well together.
We work really well together.
Yeah.
We've proved that over the years. You know, we have, I think, the same work ethic. We work really hard, and you know that's reflected in each other. We care about what we do. We care about our clients. You know, we both, you know, have attention to detail. You know, we support each other. You know, whether it's sort of, you know, educational trips, you know, all sorts, personal crises.
You call them fam trips?
Fam trips, but they're educational trips. Lots of people say they're holidays. Yeah. Tracy, Bianca, you're off on holiday again. We're like, no.
You've got to test the products out, haven't
We're
you?
researching, and it is research because, you know what, it is work. And, we're very, very lucky to go on these trips, but, you know, they are a core part of our business.
Yeah.
You know, that we come back, we talk about them, you know, we learn everything we can while we're there. You know, we write about things, you know, then we put it on social media, we share everything that we've learned while we're away with our clients.
Yeah. I think if you weren't able to answer any questions that a client asks you about a resort or a country or a place, then they'd get worried, wouldn't they? You need to know everything.
Well, we know we'll try to. We know that we try as much as we can to, you know, keep ourselves, you know, educated, but we work with some amazing suppliers, and that is really key in the business. You know, they are destination specialists, and they know everything there is to know. So, you know, if we don't know anything, we kind of have this sort of ethos that we'll find somebody who's been there. Yeah. So if we haven't, we'll find someone who has.
Okay.
And that's kind of what we want to be doing going forward as well. We're bringing it in, we're connecting the dots with our suppliers, and we're doing virtual showcases.
Yep.
So we've already done Africa, we've done Japan, Australia and New Zealand, and they've been really successful. So people can come on to our Zoom, like our webinar, and they're talking, you know, we'll have a presentation from the destination specialist, they can ask questions. And then kind of going on from there, we're trying to do individual ones as well. Yeah. So just recently, I've come back from Peru with a company called Latin Roots. It was amazing. And one of my clients, we were talking about that. I actually met them down the road, and they'd said, oh, if, you know, when you come back from Peru, let us know all about it. We want to do Costa Rica. Do you know anything about Costa Rica? And I went, well, I haven't been yet. It's on my plan for October.
On your research plan.
On my research plan for October, but I know someone who can. And we set up a Zoom consultation with them, and it was Alex who came on and talked about Costa Rica, asked them loads of questions, and they could ask loads of questions back. Yeah. And then kind of he put the itinerary together, and they just went, yeah, that's great, we'll book it.
Amazing. Yeah.
We just done,
getting it right. You know, it's getting it right first time. He knows what people are going to like.
It really helps. And when you do that, what it does, it connects the dots so that, you know, they think we're wonderful, they love us, and they know that, you know, we look after them. They come back. All our clients are repeat clients. They recommend us. Once they've been with us once, they tend to come again because they know that we look after them. Yeah. But it's connecting the dots with the people that they're then, who's going to take them to the next bit. Yes. That they go, oh wow, they know what they're doing as well. And then, you know, it kind of stops people kind of, you know, looking online or comparing, because, you know, they've had all their questions answered, they know everything. And, you know, we've just done it again with an Africa booking. we'd already put the itinerary together, but then we had a Zoom consultation with Zoe, who's been everywhere. What she doesn't know about Africa isn't worth knowing. And our clients could ask her, you know, does that cost? How long does it take to get to there? You know, when I go on this helicopter trip, how does that work? And he said afterwards, it was like talking to a local. It was absolutely brilliant.
That's really important. So, and also you've put yourself forward for an award, which is the Luxury Agency of the Year award by Aspire magazine. I think all the things you've just said really answers my questions about why you think you should, you know, go in for that award. And I think you stand a good chance of winning it, especially like you said, two girls after 18 years putting it all together and keeping it going. Would that be fair to say?
We've got through 18 years together. You know, not only have we, you know, survived the ash cloud, a recession, and then COVID, you know, we've actually thrived. This last year, we've, you know, increased our business by over 500,000.
Wow.
And you could say, you know, some of that, holidays are a lot more expensive post-COVID. Some of that could equate to that. But we've actually doubled our passenger numbers and doubled our bookings, which is incredible. You know, we're really proud of that. And I think that's, you know, a testament to everything that we went through in COVID, how we look after our clients, how we stay in touch with them, all those like extra, going the extra mile.
Yeah. That's really important. If the clients need to see that from you, I really think that. So I wish you well with that. I think you're going to do really well.
Thank you.
You mentioned earlier about even looking after people's cats while they're on holiday and stuff like that.
This is where we do go the extra mile. You know, it is a bit like, you know, the Travel Concept family. We do, you know, during COVID, you know, we stayed in touch with our clients. You know, there was one of my clients, I was the only person she saw in 3 years.
Wow.
She never left the house. You know, I'd have lunch with her and keep in touch with her regularly. And then post-COVID, she was so desperate to go on holiday, but she was really scared. And then her cat, she didn't want to leave her cat. So I ended up cat sitting for a cat. So I looked after a cat. She went on holiday, which was, you know, they were so grateful for. And I know, you know, Bianca's done amazing. You know, she did a 50th birthday last year, and for one of her clients, and organised African dancers to come out on her birthday, and cake and all those things that kind of like make those trips like extra special. I've organised hair colour to be in someone's room in Sri Lanka because they'd forgotten, they extended their Maldives trip. They decided they were going off to Sri Lanka, and they needed the hair done. So I arranged that.
You did that? Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. That's really going the extra mile. That's really cool. Thanks, Tracy. That's been great. I mean, if anyone wants any information about holidays or any advice or wants to book a holiday, then they can get in touch with you via all your social media channels, website.
Just give us a call, email. We're on social media, Instagram, The Travel Concept Girls, Facebook, LinkedIn.
You name it.
You name it. Connect with us, and we'll be more than happy to help you and give you any advice you need.
Great. Okay. So thank you to you both for coming in. It's been really great talking to you, and I wish you the best with that award.
Thank you.
You're going to win it. So thanks very much, and we'll see you all for another podcast soon. Thank you.